Hello, my friends. Deep beneath the calm waters of certain riverbeds where only stones and sand seem to lie, priceless treasures remain hidden. Few would imagine that some of the most valuable diamonds on Earth are not locked away in vaults or guarded inside mines, but scattered across river sediments waiting to be found. Each year, determined prospectors and explorers recover millions of dollars in raw diamonds from these forgotten waterways. But how is this possible? How do these stones travel from deep within the earth to rest among pebbles and gravel? And what methods do modern diamond hunters use to uncover them? Today we'll reveal the fascinating story of one such riverbed and how it yielded over $7 million in raw diamonds to a single team of prospectors. The story begins in the arid borderlands between South Africa and Namibia, along the ancient course of the Orange River. For millions of years, this river has acted as a natural conveyor belt, carrying rough diamonds eroded from volcanic kimberlite pipes deep in the interior. Over countless millennia, the river's powerful currents transported these stones hundreds of kilometers downstream. Along the way, diamonds would settle in bends, gravel bars, and floodplains, becoming buried beneath layers of sand and rock. While industrial mining companies targeted the richest deposits, vast stretches of the river remained unexamined, too remote, too shallow, or too difficult for large machinery to access. In recent years, however, a new wave of independent prospectors has begun to revisit these forgotten zones, armed with modern knowledge and lightweight equipment. One such group, a team of 4 experienced field prospectors, focused their attention on a small side channel of the Orange River, nearly abandoned by previous miners. The team spent weeks studying geological maps, satellite imagery, and historical mining reports, searching for clues. They identified a stretch of river where older gravel terraces, deposited during ancient floods, might still contain untouched diamonds. Arriving at the site with high hopes but no guarantees, the team began their work. They carefully sampled sediment from various points along the bank, sifting through layers of pebbles and coarse sand. Each sample was meticulously washed and screened, searching for signs of heavy minerals, indicators that diamonds might be present. At first, results were discouraging. Days passed with little to show, but persistence paid off. On the 6th day, one of the prospectors noticed a flash in the pan, a small octahedral crystal gleaming under the morning sun. It was a diamond. Encouraged, the team expanded their operation. They constructed a portable washing plant, powered by a small generator, to process larger volumes of gravel. Bucket by bucket, sediment was loaded into the machine. Vibrating screens separated coarse rock from finer material, which was then washed through sluices lined with special mats designed to trap heavy particles. As the days progressed, more diamonds began to appear, tiny at first, then larger stones. The team meticulously catalogued each find, recording weight, clarity, and shape. The breakthrough came during the 3rd week. While processing a deep pocket of ancient gravel, the team uncovered a cluster of exceptional stones, one weighing nearly 10 carats in rough form. Within hours, several more significant diamonds were recovered, their combined estimated value exceeding $1 million. News of the discovery spread quickly within prospecting circles, but the team kept their exact location secret, working long days to extract as much as possible before word reached competitors. The operation was not without challenges. River flows fluctuated unpredictably, threatening to flood the worksite. Wildlife, and including venomous snakes and aggressive insects, posed constant hazards. Equipment failures forced late-night repairs. But driven by the thrill of discovery, the team pressed on. By the end of 6 weeks, they had processed nearly 40 tons of gravel. Their total haul, 327 diamonds, ranging from tiny crystals to gem-quality stones worth tens of thousands each. The combined value of the recovered diamonds, once evaluated by an independent appraiser, was estimated at just over $7 million. What made this success possible? Beyond perseverance, the team relied on a deep understanding of river dynamics and sedimentology. They knew that diamonds, though small, are dense, over 3 times heavier than common sand or quartz. In flowing water, this density causes diamonds to settle quickly, often becoming trapped behind large boulders or in crevices on the riverbed. Skilled prospectors learn to read these subtle clues, identifying pay zones where diamonds accumulate. Moreover, the team used state-of-the-art portable equipment, allowing them to process material rapidly without the need for heavy machinery. Yet for every success story like this one, countless prospectors leave riverbeds empty-handed. Nature does not give up its treasures easily. Even in the richest zones, diamonds are rare. Perhaps 1 in a million river pebbles contains a gem. Months of preparation, patience, and resilience are required. But when fortune strikes, the rewards can be extraordinary. In the weeks that followed, the team refined their process. They began mapping the riverbed in greater detail, using handheld sonar and weighted probes to identify deep pockets where ancient gravels had been preserved beneath newer sediment. Some areas revealed compacted layers of dark, iron-stained gravel, a promising sign that heavy materials, including diamonds, might have settled there over time. Each new zone was approached methodically. First, surface sand was carefully removed to expose the target layer. Then, gravel was extracted in small batches, each processed separately to track yield. This meticulous approach allowed the prospectors to focus their efforts on the richest areas while avoiding wasted time on barren ground. As word of their success began to spread, the team took extra precautions to maintain secrecy. Equipment was concealed when not in use. Work was scheduled at irregular hours to avoid attention from passing boats or locals. In remote prospecting, discretion can mean the difference between an undiscovered fortune and a site swarmed by opportunists. Meanwhile, the finds continued. Among the recovered stones were several rare specimens, pink diamonds with subtle hues highly prized in the gem market. Even small-colored stones can fetch prices many times higher than their clear counterparts. Each new discovery fueled the team's determination to push further, but success brought new challenges. As the operation expanded, so did logistical demands. More fuel was needed for generators. Water pumps required constant maintenance to handle the silt-laden river. Food and supplies had to be transported from distant towns over rough terrain. The physical toll on the prospectors grew as well. Long hours spent bent over sluices, constant exposure to heat and insects, and the ever-present risk of injury in the rugged environment. Yet none of this dampened their resolve. For seasoned diamond hunters, the pursuit is as much about the chase as the reward. Behind the scenes, a complex system of checks ensured the integrity of the operation. Each diamond was logged immediately upon discovery, photographed, weighed, and stored in a secure container. At the end of each day, stones were recounted and compared against field records. Trust is paramount in such ventures, where a single missing gem could sow discord among partners. The team's cohesion, built over years of joint expeditions, was a key factor in their continued success. Meanwhile, analysis of the diamonds themselves provided valuable clues about the river's hidden wealth. By examining the shapes, surface, textures, and mineral inclusions within the stones, experts could infer their origin and transport history. Many of the diamonds recovered from this riverbed exhibited smooth, rounded surfaces, evidence of long journeys downstream. Others retained sharp edges, suggesting they had traveled only short distances from their source. This diversity hinted that undiscovered primary deposits might still exist upstream, feeding fresh diamonds into the system. Encouraged by these findings, the team planned a series of upstream reconnaissance trips. Using inflatable rafts and lightweight gear, they explored narrow channels and feeder streams, searching for signs of diamond-bearing gravels. In several locations, they discovered small accumulations of heavy minerals, garnet, ilmenite, and chromite, commonly associated with diamond deposits. Although no large stones were recovered during these scouting missions, the presence of indicator minerals suggested that further exploration could yield new sources. Back at the main site, operations intensified. With dry season approaching, river levels dropped, exposing more of the gravel terraces along the banks. The team took advantage of this window, working from dawn until dusk to process as much material as possible before rising waters would once again conceal the richest zones. Each day brought new excitement, the gleam of a freshly uncovered diamond, the anticipation of what might lie in the next shovelful of gravel. The rhythm of labor and discovery became addictive, driving the team ever deeper into the river's secrets. But not every moment was triumphant. At times, entire days passed without a single significant find, testing patience and morale. Equipment breakdowns halted progress. Sudden storms threatened to wash away carefully prepared work areas. Yet through it all, the team remained steadfast. In river diamond mining, perseverance is often the greatest asset. Those who endure the lean days are the ones who ultimately uncover the richest rewards. As the season progressed, the team's haul continued to grow. By mid-expedition, their collection included over 400 diamonds, with several high-value stones awaiting expert appraisal. Among the most prized was a flawless, pale yellow crystal weighing nearly 15 carats, a potential centerpiece for a future high-end jewel. Such finds are rare even in established mining operations, and their discovery in a remote riverbed underscored both the potential and the unpredictability of alluvial diamond hunting. With the end of the dry season in sight, the team faced difficult choices. Should they continue pressing their luck at the current site or shift resources upstream in search of new pay zones? The river's subtle clues, changes in gravel composition, the distribution of indicator minerals, hinted at further riches yet to be uncovered. But time and resources were limited. Every decision carried weight, and the team's hard-won experience would guide their next moves. The decision was made. The team would split their efforts. While 2 members remained at the primary site to continue processing known pay gravel, the others embarked on an exploratory mission upstream. This approach balanced risk and reward, securing ongoing yields while probing for untapped sources. Using portable gear and shallow draft rafts, the upstream team navigated narrow channels, seldom visited by industrial miners. The journey was arduous. Fallen trees, swift currents, and dense vegetation slowed progress. Yet for experienced prospectors, these were promising signs. Remote stretches less accessible to heavy equipment often harbor untouched deposits. Days of careful scouting yielded promising results. In a side stream barely wide enough to paddle, the prospectors encountered coarse, angular gravel interspersed with patches of black sand, classic indicators of high-energy depositional zones. Test pans confirmed their hopes. Tiny fragments of industrial diamond and abundant indicator minerals pointed to a nearby source. Although no large stones were found initially, the signs were unmistakable. A new pay zone lay waiting to be explored. Meanwhile, at the main site, operations continued at full pace. The dry season's dwindling river flow exposed deeper sections of the riverbed, allowing the team to process gravels previously out of reach. The richest layers lay compacted beneath heavy boulders, requiring painstaking effort to extract. Working in shifts, the team deployed winches and levers to move massive rocks, revealing pockets of ancient gravel beneath. The payoff was immediate. Within days, the sluice mats glittered with new finds, sharp-edged octahedral crystals, flattened, river-worn gems, and a scattering of rare-colored stones. Yet with greater depth came greater challenges. Water infiltration increased as they dug deeper, forcing constant pumping to keep the work area dry. The risk of collapse grew as well, requiring reinforced bracing and vigilant monitoring. Every day in the field demanded focus, stamina, and teamwork, and the physical demands were relentless, but the rewards drove the team onward. As the upstream prospectors mapped their newly discovered zone, they faced their own trials. Insects swarmed relentlessly, equipment suffered in the humid jungle air, and food supplies ran low. Yet the thrill of potential discovery outweighed every hardship. On the 4th day, their patience was rewarded. A test pan near a submerged boulder revealed not 1, but 3 small diamonds, the first clear proof that the new zone held promise. Energized, they marked the site for future excavation and hurried back downstream to share the news. With the expedition entering its final weeks, the team faced crucial decisions. Resources were stretched thin, and the river's seasonal rise would soon render the site inaccessible. They devised a bold plan: concentrate all available effort on the most promising sections of both the main and new sites, maximizing yield before time ran out. Equipment was overhauled, supplies replenished, and the entire team mobilized for an intense final push. The following days unfolded in a blur of activity. Gravel was processed in record volumes, sluice boxes cleaned and reset in rapid cycles. Each pan held new potential, every gleaming crystal a testament to skill and perseverance. Word of the team's success, though carefully guarded, leaked through informal channels, drawing curiosity and envy from rival prospectors. Security became a constant concern, with members taking turns on night watch to safeguard equipment and stored diamonds. Through it all, the team maintained a rigorous documentation process. Each stone was logged, photographed, and secured, building a detailed record of their extraordinary haul. As the operation neared its climax, the tally surpassed even their most optimistic projections. Hundreds of gem-quality diamonds, dozens of rare-colored stones, and several exceptional large crystals now filled their carefully guarded collection. Among the standout finds was a flawless pale pink diamond, weighing just over 5 carats, a stone whose market value alone could approach 7 figures. Such gems are vanishingly rare in alluvial deposits, making its discovery a highlight of the expedition. Equally prized were several large, near-colorless stones of exceptional clarity and shape, the kind of rough coveted by elite cutters and jewelers. Yet beyond monetary value, each stone told a story of ancient volcanic forces, relentless river currents, and human tenacity. For the prospectors, this connection to the Earth's deep history lent their work a deeper meaning. Every diamond recovered was not merely a commodity, but a tangible fragment of a geological journey spanning eons. As the final days of the season approached, weather patterns shifted ominously. Rising humidity signaled the onset of rains that would soon swell the river and submerge the work sites. The team redoubled their efforts, driven by the knowledge that every remaining hour counted. Exhaustion weighed heavily, but determination burned brighter. In a final burst of effort, they processed the last remaining high-grade gravels, their sluices capturing a cascade of gleaming rewards. With the river's rise imminent, the team began the painstaking process of dismantling equipment, securing their haul, and preparing for extraction. Every item was checked, every record verified. The fruits of their labor, the product of weeks of sweat, skill, and resilience, were packed with utmost care. Returning to town with their hard-earned treasure, the team faced a new set of challenges. Transporting uncut diamonds from remote river sites to market involves both logistics and security. In many regions, the trade is subject to strict regulations designed to prevent smuggling and ensure that stones enter the legitimate supply chain. The team had anticipated this. Each diamond was meticulously documented, and the entire collection was registered under a licensed trading permit secured in advance. Armed guards were hired for the transport, and the journey back to the regional trading hub proceeded under tight secrecy. Upon arrival, the diamonds were submitted to a licensed appraisal center for official grading and valuation. Here, expert gemologists examined each stone under high-powered microscopes and precision scales, assessing clarity, color, carat weight, and other critical attributes. This process would determine not only the market value of the haul, but also its legal classification and eligibility for export. As each diamond passed under the gemologist's lens, the team awaited the results with mounting anticipation. The initial valuations exceeded expectations. Several stones were classified as exceptional, the highest grade in their respective categories. The flawless pale pink diamond alone was appraised at nearly $900,000. Large, near-colorless stones commanded values of $50,000 to $150,000 each, while smaller gem-quality stones collectively added hundreds of thousands more to the tally. Even industrial-grade diamonds, less suitable for jewelry but prized in cutting and drilling applications, contributed significant value. The final appraisal, placed the total worth of the recovered diamonds at just over 7 million. For the team, the result validated years of preparation, weeks of grueling fieldwork, and countless moments of risk and uncertainty. Yet beyond the monetary windfall, the experience itself held a deeper significance. They had succeeded where others had not, uncovering hidden riches through a blend of science, intuition, and sheer perseverance. With legal clearances secured, the diamonds were prepared for sale through a network of reputable buyers and international auctions. Some stones would soon find their way into the workshops of master cutters, destined to become dazzling centerpieces in high-end jewelry. Others would enter industrial supply chains, their unmatched hardness enabling precision cutting, drilling and manufacturing around the world. In this way, each stone's journey would continue, from deep within the earth, through river and hand, to serve new purposes in human hands. News of the expedition's success rippled through the prospecting community. While the team remained discreet about the exact location of their find, word spread that rich alluvial deposits still awaited discovery along forgotten riverbeds. For a new generation of prospectors, this served as both inspiration and challenge. The earth still held secrets for those bold enough to seek them, and the lure of diamonds would continue to draw explorers to the river's edge. Meanwhile, the team turned its attention to future plans. Analysis of sediment samples and indicator minerals suggested that upstream zones might yet harbor untapped riches. The scouting mission had revealed promising signs, coarse gravels, heavy mineral concentrations, and small diamonds pointing to a nearby source. Preparations began for a return expedition during the next dry season, this time with expanded equipment and additional personnel. Yet amid the excitement of success, the team remained grounded. They knew well that river diamond hunting is a game of patience, skill, and respect for nature's whims. Today's fortune could vanish with tomorrow's flood. Equipment failures, shifting sediments, or regulatory changes could halt operations in an instant. Only by maintaining discipline, adaptability, and humility could they hope to replicate their achievement. As they reviewed field notes and plotted future strategies, the team reflected on the deeper lessons of their journey. The river had taught them resilience, the ability to persist through hardship and uncertainty. It had reinforced the value of meticulous preparation and teamwork, where each member's strengths contributed to collective success. And it had reminded them that true riches lie not only in what is recovered from the earth, but in the pursuit itself, in the knowledge gained, the bonds forged, and the stories written along the way. For the global diamond market, stories like this underscore the continued importance of artisanal and small-scale mining. While industrial operations dominate production in many regions, independent prospectors still play a vital role, supplying unique stones, driving innovation, and preserving a spirit of exploration in the trade. Their efforts ensure that the allure of river diamonds remains alive, drawing new adventurers to the ancient waterways, where nature's hidden treasures still lie beneath the gravel. Months passed, and the season of rising waters gave way once more to the dry season. The river's levels fell, exposing the gravel beds once again. In prospecting circles, anticipation built. Stories of the $7 million haul had traveled far, though the exact location remained a closely guarded secret. Yet every veteran prospector knew the truth. Even in rivers mined for generations, new deposits could be revealed with each shift of sediment, each passing flood. The earth was not static. It breathed, moved, and reshaped its treasures beneath the surface. For the team, preparation for a second expedition was already well underway. Lessons from the first venture informed every decision: equipment upgrades, refined site mapping, and an expanded team ready to tackle more challenging zones. Advanced sonar and ground-penetrating radar were acquired to better visualize subsurface gravel layers. Enhanced sluice designs promised greater efficiency and recovery rates, but perhaps the greatest asset was experience, the hard-won knowledge gained from countless hours on the river. When the new expedition began, expectations were tempered with realism. The previous season's success had set a high bar. Yet, the team approached their work with steady focus. Each gravel layer was treated as a fresh puzzle to be solved, each pan of sediment a new chance at discovery. In some stretches, rich deposits remained. In others, gravels had shifted, leaving barren ground. Adaptability became key. Day by day, the team adjusted their tactics, reading the river's subtle cues. Early in the new season, promising signs emerged. In a deeper channel previously inaccessible, coarse gravels yielded clusters of indicator minerals and several small diamonds. The discovery rekindled hopes of another major find. Working with renewed energy, the team expanded their efforts, deploying additional sluices and diversifying sampling zones. The days stretched long under the sun, each one a balance of labor and anticipation. Yet as the work progressed, the team encountered fresh challenges. Unexpected rains raised river levels prematurely, forcing the relocation of equipment. Mechanical breakdowns tested their resourcefulness. Rival prospectors appeared along the banks, drawn by rumors of riches. Security protocols were tightened, and work sites were camouflaged when not in use. Through it all, the team remained united, driven by a shared goal and a deep respect for the river's fickle nature. As weeks turned to months, the second expedition built its own story. While no single stone rivaled the spectacular finds of the first season, the cumulative yield was impressive. Hundreds of gem-quality diamonds, numerous colored stones, and several exceptional larger crystals added substantial value to the team's growing legacy. More importantly, the exploration had opened new zones for future prospecting. Stretches of river that would continue to yield rewards for those patient enough to seek them. Beyond the material gains, the journey forged deeper bonds among the team members. Shared hardship, triumph, and the timeless pursuit of hidden treasure had transformed colleagues into trusted companions. Around the campfire, stories were told, of stones uncovered, of near misses and close calls, of the river's enduring mysteries. These moments, intangible yet priceless, defined the true heart of their endeavor. As the season drew to a close and equipment was packed away once more, the river flowed on, its ancient currents whispering of treasures yet to be revealed. For the team, the journey was far from over. Each expedition, each stone recovered, was a chapter in a larger narrative, one of resilience, curiosity, and the timeless allure of the Earth's hidden riches. Somewhere beneath the shifting sands and silent waters, new stories awaited. And, for those willing to follow the call of the river, the search would continue, one stone, one story at a time.